Dallas Cowboys pregame show in the history of the world, and also the only Dallas Cowboys pregame show done from a parking garage in Dallas, where I don't even know if I have a signal. But we're here anyway, getting ready to rock, courtesy of my friends at Bet Online, where if you use the promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, you get a nice little sign-up bonus there to place your first bet. And if there was a way to bet that all kickers are going to miss every field goal, boy, that would be a great bet to make. Kickers are absolutely terrible. But shout out to my guys at Bet Online. They got you taken care of for every sport, whether you're looking for in-game stuff, props, futures, NFL, NBA, MLB. They got all that stuff handled at Bet Online, where the game starts. Hey, everybody. Getting ready. No audio. Formula says no audio. Can you guys hear me in the parking garage? We're in a parking garage. Don't worry about it. You got audio. Formula, you're broken for once. Fix yourself. What's up, everybody? The first thing I want to talk about with the Cowboys pregame show is Jalen Tolbert is inactive, and I'm kind of over it. But also, it is a thing, and it is okay to be disappointed or upset by that. No way Eagles fans can feel good about week one. I feel good about dubs. If I win a game, I feel good about it. Now, the Eagles are not – I don't think they won impressively. I don't think anything about that game is going to make you more optimistic about the team because your quarterback didn't throw the ball very well, and that's going to be important at some point. But they got out of there with the dub, so they got to be happy. Julio or Godwin for fantasy? I would go Godwin, but don't ask me. Don't ask me. I'm just going to ruin your whole team. Justin Jefferson, 40 points in fantasy. Okay. So, the Jalen Tolbert thing, whatever, right? You got a guy who is inactive that was a third-round pick, and it's okay if a undrafted free agent in Dennis Houston has outperformed your third-round pick and is going to be playing over him. That's okay. The only reason that this is going to be something that makes people hesitant or worried about a little bit is the fact that your wide receiver 2 through 5, any team in the NFL, if your wide receiver 2 through 5 was Noah Brown, Simi Fehoko, Cavante Turpin, Dennis Houston, you would go, oh, man, we don't have a very good wide receiver core. We didn't prepare very well for this. And so, it's fine, but it's also okay to be disappointed because it just highlights what they didn't do at wide receiver overall this offseason. Formula, you doing any streaming during the game? What's up with Cox being inactive? I will not be streaming during the game, I don't think. I'm about to meet up with a buddy of mine at a bar outside this parking garage. The Jalen Tolbert thing is just that. You're a third-round pick. You're expected to play, and you were expected to not only play but be very good based on what the Cowboys didn't do at other wide receiver spots. Oh, I can't unbuckle my seatbelt. Thank you, Michael. Let's get that done. Based on what you have around you, if Noah Brown is wide receiver 2, you're expecting your third-round pick to take that job and be wide receiver 2. Not just wide receiver 5 or whatever, but that's fine. The thing I want to talk about with the Cowboys offense is if you watched the NFL today and you watch the NFL every week, the Vikings, everybody in the world knows that Justin Jefferson is going to get the rock. Everybody knows. And he goes off. Cooper Kupp with the Rams. Everybody knows that dude is going to get the rock, and he goes off. Chiefs, they don't have Tyreek Hill. Everybody in the world knows Travis Kelce is going to get the rock, and he goes off. The Bengals, Jamar Chase, goes off. With the gap that the Cowboys have from wide receiver 1 to the rest, CeeDee Lamb's got to have 15 targets tonight. However you make it work, whatever that looks like, the whole world knows that the best receivers in football are going to get the ball, and they still do. So between Kellen Moore and CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, and in the preseason, or not the preseason, but in training camp, it did look like that was what the Cowboys are going to do. They're going to make that a priority. CeeDee Lamb needs to be big tonight. CeeDee Lamb needs 12 to 15 targets. In week 1 against Tampa Bay last year, Amari Cooper had 17 targets. CeeDee Lamb had 15 targets. Now, I do hope that Dak was lying in pregame, but I have a sneaking suspicion he wasn't, where it was like, we don't care if they load the box. We've got runs for that. Like, we are going to run the ball. If you do that with a limited wide receiver core and a Tampa Bay defense that's got Akeem Hicks and Vita Vea in the middle there, and they're able to shut that down, and then you're forced to throw when they absolutely know you're going to throw, and you've only got one good wide receiver, your offensive line is iffy, and you might need to hold tight ends to help protect, you're setting yourself up for the danger zone, man. You can't go into this game and just mash it into the line of scrimmage and think that you're going to win the game. You need to be able to effectively run offense. Now, one guy that I think will be my top secret pick to click, but pick to click at Bet Online, is Jake Ferguson. I think you'll see a good amount of 2 tight end sets, whether that's because they feel like they have to protect their offensive line or if it's because they feel like Jake Ferguson's a better receiving option than some of the receivers there and that's going to be work out. I'm not going to meet up with anybody behind the Cheesecake Factory, Daniel. Damn it. So, yeah, Jake Ferguson is the guy that I think is going to get a good amount of run tonight and potentially see 6 to 8 targets, have 5 or 6 catches, maybe score a tutty. If you can get good odds on that, go for the Jake Ferguson touchdown. And then let's see how they're going to deploy Tony Pollard, because I could see the Cowboys believing that their best guys, once you take the 5 offensive linemen and Dak Prescott, and you say, okay, give me the next best 5 on the field. You don't really hear the term 22 personnel all that often, but it ain't impossible that your best is running 2 tight ends with Dalton Schultz and Jake Ferguson, running both Zeke and Tony Pollard, and and then CeeDee Lamb. 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, CeeDee, Dak, 5 linemen. Yeah. You think the lying stuff is from McCarthy, and do you think it actually helps the team? Seems like BB does it every now and then, but I don't know. I don't care. If they're telling the truth about a game plan, if they're lying about a game plan, I don't care. Cowboys want a comp pick for Schultz, I promise you. I believe that they're going to get a comp pick for Schultz because I think the way all of this has played out so far just screams that with Jake Ferguson already probably going to be a decently large part of this thing as a rookie, with Peyton Hendershot making the team and being active in week 1 as an undrafted free agent, that they probably have a different idea of what Dalton Schultz is worth than Dalton Schultz and his camp do. And at the end of the year, when Dalton Schultz has 100 catches for 1,000 yards, he's going to be like, where is my $17 million a year? And a team might do that. It probably won't be the Cowboys. So they could also tag him again if they don't have anybody else that they have to tag. And then defensively, we are looking for the Cowboys defensive line to absolutely get after the interior offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They should be weak at center. They should be weak at left guard. You've got to find ways to expose that, and I think Micah Parsons will be a big part of that, running right down the middle of that offensive line with 4 down linemen. Hopefully Oso Digizua can do some winning there in the middle. Maybe Neville Gallimore. Maybe if you can get him in 3rd and long, you can get Tank Lawrence in there on some of those guys. Jason Garrett called a Cowboys win. Well, yeah, that's strategy. You got to understand, if Jason Garrett is making a pick, it's strategy. Because if Garrett says the Cowboys are going to win, much like Sean Payton predicted the Cowboys to win. You know why? Because Jason Garrett's going to say the Cowboys are going to win. Because then when they don't, he could be like, oh, well, they would have won if I was coaching. And then Sean Payton can go, oh, well, if they don't, we would have won if I was coaching. But just for kicks tonight, Tom Brady's getting older. Tampa's offensive line isn't what it was. Let's just for the hell of it, let's go Cowboys 27-24. I don't know if I believe it, but it's week 1. Let's have some fun. 27-24 Cowboys. You guys enjoy the game? I don't know when I'll go live. It might be at halftime. It might be after the game. Just mash the like button. Enjoy your game experience. Remember that I love you. And remember to be cool to everyone, because you have no idea what anybody's going through. And also remember, yeah, that's a good point. Dallas might not score 27. How about 24-20 Cowboys? Boy, the NFC looks weak, doesn't it? I wish the Cowboys had another good wide receiver and another good offensive lineman, because the NFC is looking weak. Vikings look pretty good now that Mike Zimmer's gone. Packers look kind of terrible without Devontae Adams. All right, guys, enjoy the game. I love you. Maybe I'll see you tonight. Maybe it'll be